Hello and welcome to this demo video. Before we get started, I'd just like to explain to you a few things which will relate to all of the basic range spreadsheets. Number one, there is a key on the intro and setup tab of all of the spreadsheets showing what the different color headers mean. The blue headers mean that the cell's formulated, so it's locked and you can't change it. The yellow headers are where you can input data, and occasionally there might be some gray headers, which is just a different kind of data input, but we'll include instructions as and when that happens. The other thing that you can be aware of is there are ways in which you can damage the spreadsheet. So please do take a look at the link where you see this image, which will take you to a web page to show you how to better preserve your spreadsheet. Please feel free to keep a blank version of the spreadsheet somewhere, so that if you do mess up a spreadsheet that you're using, you can in fact just open a new one, a blank one. And some of the spreadsheets only last for a year, and then you've got a blank one to start the following year. So do keep a blank copy as a backup somewhere. And lastly, wherever you see this image, you can click on it. It'll take you back to the store where you purchased this product to see if you've got anything, any more products. One last thing, to see a demo video, you can click on this on a link that looks like this in order to go to the demo video, but that'll take you to the most recent demo. If in fact we've done upgrades and you're using an older version and you'd like to see the demo relating to your version, then do click on the watch on YouTube link, which will take you to that specific video on YouTube. So I think that's all you need to know. So without further ado, let's move on to this demo video. Thank you.
Hello and welcome to this demo video for the Six Nations Office Sweepstake. Now what this is really just a way to let everyone in the office or whatever group you're in to be able to predict the outcome of the results, the scores for all the Six Nations matches, and then it basically turns their predictions into points so that you can create a league table of all the people who have predicted. Let me show you how it works. First and foremost, all you do is you put into the year of the Six Nations that where you actually the relevant one. So if we put in 2020 for next year, it's 2019 at the moment as I'm making this video, you'll see it puts in all the games because it knows who's playing home and away against whom, but they're not in the right order. So you need to order that. So what you need to do is put in the date of the time of the fixture. So I've actually got the dates and times on the other spreadsheet, so let's have a look. 23rd of February at 3 p.m. So if you say here 23rd of Feb, you'll see that one, it won't give a year because it's taking this year here, so that's all right, but there's nothing in the fixtures date and time yet. So you just need to put the times in as well. Now this one is at 3 p.m. So what we do is we enter it as 1500 hours. Which basically puts in 3 p.m. and then you can see it recognizes it at date and time. So 23rd of Feb 2020 at 3 o'clock. Now you need to do that for all of them. I'm not going to type them all in now. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to take these ones and I'm going to copy them across just to save time in the video, paste values, and then if you're taking something externally from another spreadsheet, always paste values. Don't use normal paste. Paste values, there we go, times and dates all in there, and it'll use this column to then order these matches on the fixtures, so you know what order the matches are in. So once you've got something written in all of those columns, that's all good, that's all done, provided those dates and times are correct. Now what you can do is you can assign points, so they're bonus points. So how the points work is, let's say for argument's sake the score between England and Ireland ends at 2018, and I predict that it's going to be 22-20. It says 20 less than 22 is 2 points, and then the 20 and the 18 is 2 points. So basically, that's 4 points difference. So I score for that prediction 4 points. So it takes what you say for the home team and the away team, and it takes the difference between the two sets of points as a positive value, obviously both of them, and that's how many points you score. So the idea is to score as fewer points as possible. So. But now each round, so in other words, the first 3 matches of the Six Nations, obviously it's not these first 3 because those aren't in the right order particularly, but as you go across to the fixtures, these ones will be in the right order. So those first 3 ones, they are the 1st and 2nd of Feb, and so on and so forth. That would be a round. So each match, if you are the best prediction for that particular match, so if you've got 10 people predicting England, Ireland, and I'm the closest one, I get 10 bonus points. If you get the exact score match, so in other words, if I predict the exact score, I get another 10 bonus points. The right result is 5 bonus points. If I say England will win and they beat Ireland and they actually do, I get 5 points for that. And the draw predicted, if you predict a draw, it's obviously quite a risky move predicting a draw. If you predict a draw and it is a draw, you get an extra 10 bonus points. And then if you're the lowest in the round, so i.e. the first 3 matches, if you are in fact the person to get the fewest points, excluding bonus points in the first round, then you get a further bonus point. Now, obviously, these bonus points you want to get as many as possible. So how this works is it takes your the number of points earned and it subtracts the bonus points from those points. So if you score, for example, 4, because you said you got 4 points out with the prediction of the result, but you were the best prediction, then it says 4 minus 10, so your score is actually minus 6. So it subtracts these points off of the points between what you've selected and the actual score are added as positive points, and these are then subtracted from that, and the person with the lowest overall score is the winner. You can leave those points as they are, or you can change them if you want to, depending on what bonus points you want. If you scroll down here, your business name, just put your business name in there, the name of your business or whatever group it is. It'll just appear on the reports. It's nothing. It doesn't leave the spreadsheet. And then you can list the people's names who are actually participating. Start with this column, list down to the bottom, and then if need be, use the second column, third column, and fourth column. So you've got plenty of space to list a whole bunch of names of the people who are going to be competing. And I think that is it. Let's scroll down to the bottom. Yep, that is it. That's all you need to do there. Then you can move on to the fixtures, predictions, and results. Now, as you can see, I've already put in some results. I've already put in results and the predictions, but these results here will obviously be clear. There won't be anything in there when you start. So you put the predictions for each person, the home and away. So Wales, Italy, what do they predict, put in the score. Ireland, Scotland, what do they predict, put in the score. So you can put in all the scores that you predict for the games before you put in the actual results, obviously. And that's all you need to do. Put in each person, as you see along the top, put in each person's scores, and then as the games take place, just fill in the actual results. Everything else on the spreadsheet will populate. So that's all you need to do. This will be individual match results. It's really the same information you've got there, but it just lays it out one match below the other. So basically, you can see here second and third results. Wales versus Italy. There's the result, and you can see down here who's everyone's scores. So you can look down the column quickly and just see. It's just a bit easier to see than looking across here all the time. So that's just a different format of what you've done. Then you can see the overall sweepstake standings. You can see here who's got what points where. So you can see the actual points, and then these are the bonus points for results closest in the rounds, and then the overall points that they've actually scored. So the lower, the better. This is obviously the current standing at any given stage. So if you're filling in these and you're halfway through, this will show you the current table at that point. There is one other tab, which is your what they call round tables, and this is for round 1. So who scored the fewest points in round 1? Then after round 1, these obviously include bonus points. So round 1, what were the scores? So after round 1, that's what happened. Round 2, what were the scores after round 2? So essentially what you can do here is see, okay, round 2, Andrew actually did extremely well. Wendy not so much, but Wendy's still in second place because this now takes round 1 and round 2. So you can see the grey headers are the ones with points scored for that particular round. And then after that round, how were the tables standing? So now what you can actually do is if you want to select, say, for argument's sake, Richard and Andrew to view, you can actually see Richard, it highlights them so you can see how they did. So here they were last, then after round 1, after round 2 they were last, but then after round 3 they did really well, but they're still in third place. And then you can see, for argument's sake, here they did really, really well that round and jumped up first, and then after that round they actually moved from third place up to first. So you can basically follow someone's progression throughout all the different rounds, and you can highlight them at the top to change the color. So as I said, all of that is created. Those are the final standings. You can check the final table at the end of the after all of the matches have been played. This shows you round by round what happened and what the positions were after each round. This is just an individual match results. So it's exactly what you've got here, but it's just an easier to read layout so you can see match by match. There are all your predictions per person. There are your actual results as and when they happen. You fill them in there. And just make sure, obviously the most important thing is setting it up. You want to make sure you get the games in the right order, so you want these dates and times to be correct. And then it'll sort based on this data here. And obviously make sure your participants are in first and that the results that you put in line up with each person. I think that's it. You can obviously reuse this year after year, because then the next year you'll get a blank one, and you put in 2021 and it'll put in fixtures, and you can put the dates and times and so on, and you can use the spreadsheet year on year on year. Obviously, if you're using the same one you used the previous year, just make sure you clear everything before you start a new one. Otherwise, it might get a bit confusing. But it's probably best just to keep a blank version somewhere, and then you can use the blank one and just save it as a new document each year and fill in the information, because obviously as you fill in that year, it puts the fixtures in, and you can just carry on as you did before. I hope that explains everything. If you are using this for your office or for some kind of group that you're in that you want to do some kind of sweepstake, I do wish you all the best of that, and I hope that you enjoy it, and enjoy the rugby. Thank you very much, and goodbye.